Okay, God bless my brothers and sisters. What another beautiful day to worship the Lord in the beauty of His holiness. I only got 20%, so I got to share this real quickly, right? To God be all the glory. Demons have the power to do all type of things. There's stronger demons in this world that can make buildings collapse. They can make bridges collapse. They can knock down airplanes. They can do all type of things. Those are stronger spirits. Let's just use stars for an example, right? Say a one-star demon that Satan creates, right? He has enough power, enough strength to be able to give thoughts, to, cause the body to, have little twitches and, to disrupt your sleep or, do certain things like that, right? Demon's job is to cause chaos, and they're only able to work in their abilities. So if they're a witchcraft spirit, right? If they're a witchcraft spirit has the ability to manipulate the natural. They're able to move objects, slam doors, cut switches on and off. Stronger ones have more power to do, greater things, right? So a lot of times people might feel happy at one moment, then you'll feel sad. That's because there's no consistency with spirits, right? They're not designed to give you joy. They're designed to give you false joy. Remember, everything that the Bible tells you, the false Messiah, the false prophet, the Antichrist, right? Everything is false. So if Jesus gives you peace, Satan gives you what you would consider to be peace, right? Say you've been having a headache, or you've been going through some type of torment. You've been going through some type of torment for a few weeks or a few months, right? So that torment will cease from that spirit to deceive you, to make you think that, God heard your prayers, or that you've been delivered, or you overcame those things. But you've been so focused on the spirit just lifting its power, from that headache, or being attacked in your dreams, or having sex, whatever it is that you're going through spiritual, they will lift it because you've never been delivered. So they'll lift their power. It's like somebody applying pressure on you and holding it down, right? Like I'm doing on this table, right? Holding it down. You're like, oh man, this is too much. Help me, Lord, Lord. Then it releases, right? So you'll say, oh, I feel better. But then you don't realize that this demon has power to make you feel sleepy, make you feel hungry, make you feel lazy. They got power to keep you woke at night. You got power to make you sleep, for many hours. They got power to make you feel dizzy. They got power to make you feel lightheaded. They have power to make you feel silly and goofy and wanting to just laugh. But there's no consistency. So you might say, oh, I got this sickness. Then the sickness is gone, right? But then a new war wages another area. So you're never truly delivered. They just only deceive you. And because you put all your focus on that one area that they're attacking, you don't see the other 50 areas that they're attacking. So that's how they deceive you all your life. And they make you believe that it's God hearing your prayers. But then you look at it, there's all something else going on. Today your nose is stuffy. Tomorrow your stomach hurts. But because your nose is not stuffy today, you're not focused on your stomach hurting. Okay, because your stomach's not hurting today, you're not focused on your nose back stuffy. You understand? You got pain in your back. You've been praying and your back hurting, then your back not hurting no more. You're not praying, you're not focusing on how you got all these racing thoughts now. You're not focusing on how, you keep having these songs playing in your mind, or these ungodly thoughts popping up in your head. You're not focused on that because the demon knew that you were in it for relief. So your only focus was on getting relief from that area that they were attacking that you couldn't adjust to. So you see? So demons don't have consistency. They were created by the devil. Satan created homosexuality. Anything that goes against God's divine order, he's against. If a man's penis was designed to go into a vagina, he's going to try to make a man put his penis in another man's anal cavity. You understand? So he's against everything. He created child pornography. He created serial killers. He created anything that's against God. If the Bible says if a man looks upon a woman in lust, guess what? He makes a strip club. So now you can go in there and lust and throw your dollars, and it's legal to do so. So he creates everything opposite. So there's no good thing that comes from the devil. So when people are possessed and they're feeling joyful and they're feeling peaceful and they're feeling happy, this is Satan. He has the power to do that, but there'll be no consistency. You'll be joyful and happy in worldly things and things that are carnal, things that are not of God. And he'll trick you and make you believe that these things are coming from God. This is how Satan works. So this is why you see you'll be attacked in one area, and then he'll let off his power. Like I was putting pressure on this table. He'll let off his power, and the next thing you know, you're being attacked in multiple other areas. Your stomach is hurting. Like, Satan attacks people all day long. Some of you say, I'm lactose intolerant. Some of you can't eat certain foods anymore. Like, he attacks you in so many ways. But because you can adjust to those ways that he's attacking, you don't write that off as being under spiritual attack. You only look at spiritual attack and when it comes to the point where you can't control it and it's too unbearable. Then you say, I'm under spiritual attack. But because every time you drink milk and you have diarrhea, you don't claim that's spiritual attack because you can adjust to that. You know what you do? You drink 1% milk, or you go to almond milk, or you drink, avocado, whatever milk that they have out there. You just adjust to that. So because you can adjust, you don't call it a spiritual attack. But when you can adjust, that's when you're saying, I'm being attacked. Mental health or whatever. The world calls it mental health. Monitor your mental health. But they're under attack. People that know of the Bible say this is a spiritual attack. And I'm praying. So the demon never left you, but it lets off his power. And if you look at your life, you look at 5 years from now, how many times you been to the doctors? Name a year that you were healthy the whole year. I'm talking about no allergies, no colds, no sickness. People are so accustomed to going through those things, they think those things are normal. They're so accustomed to going through attacks that they will label attacks as just being normal. And those attacks they can't adjust to, they'll say, okay, I'm being attacked. So demons don't have consistency. They cannot keep you happy. It's only temporarily. They give you temporarily solutions, temporarily fixes. That's what Satan does. When you go see a false prophet or a false preacher, he might pray. You say, oh, I felt warm. They're going to make you feel something because they know that something that you experience or that you felt physically, it's harder for when the truth comes for you to push that out your mind. You're going to say, no, I felt God. I felt the presence of God. So no matter how many dreams you're having of having sex or how many times you're having ungodly, evil thoughts to kill people or whatever the case may be, you're going to hold on to that encounter that you had. Whether it was a vision, whether it was a dream, whether when someone prayed for you and you felt this warm sensation or you felt something moving throughout your body, you're going to say, that was God. So then, see, Satan knows, let me tell you this too. Satan knows that everyone on earth, the Bible say, for the grace that bringeth salvation has appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, that we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world, right? So Satan knows that at some point in time in a person's life, they're going to have an opportunity to receive the truth and hear the truth. So what he does is he starts making his track record with you. He starts speaking to you in this calm voice, telling you certain things. Some things might, you might say, oh, somebody outside got a red car. You go out your window, look out the window, it's a red car. Oh, that's God. That's God. So with Satan, he starts building his track record. So when the truth comes, you're going to think people are just hating on you or they don't understand. They don't know you. They don't see what God's doing in your life. So Satan will do that, right? He'll build his track record. So he'll give you dreams. Satan will give you encounters. He'll give you experience. He'll come as an angel of light, as the Bible say. So when the truth is presented to you, right, it'll be harder for you to receive that truth and find more comfort in that lie and find more comfort in his power and not the power of God. You might go out to eat one day and you might get a voice or you might hear a thought that say, tell that person that they're sad. You don't think Satan knows that person is sad? You don't think Satan knows that person's phone number or that person's address? He's invisible. He knows what you look like when you're naked Come on now, brothers and sisters. He know if you got a birthmark on your bottom, or if you got a birthmark under your armpit. How would he not know that? If you're possessed and you have demons in you, naturally demons know everything about you. So when you go see these false prophets, they can tell you everything that you might even forgot that you even said to someone. They're in you. They've been in you. They're taking notes. They know what you like to eat. They know what you're watching. They know everything. So when them people are calling that stuff out, them demons in you are just communicating to demons that's in those people. Who number here is 358-2559, and you have a blue iPhone with a flower on the case? You said, my phone case in the car. How would they know that? The demon in you knows that. How's it going to glorify God? Right? So, true prophecy was to turn men from sin. Right? To reveal the darkness that's in the person's heart. Look at the lady at the well. Jesus could have told her anything about her at the well. What did he tell her? About her committing adultery and fornication. That's what he told her. And one, oh yeah, you know what? You come here every day at this time of the day. And this thing. Satan's not going to turn you from sin. The Bible say, right? Satan can't fight against himself. How would his kingdom stand? So Satan's not going to tell you anything about himself, against himself. How would you still live in sin? Sin brings glory to the devil. Right? Righteousness brings glory to God. So why would Satan tell anybody about sin? That's why you never see these so-called preachers and prophets talk about sin. If they do, it's what they feel is a sin. But they're not going to talk about all that money they're getting from you. They're not going to talk about. So they have to be deceived too. A lot of preachers do talk about sin. Right? But it's only selective. They won't talk about how they get angry in their messages. They'll talk about you're not supposed to be committing adultery because they're married. So of course they're going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about how you shouldn't have this expensive car. Or they might say, yeah, you shouldn't watch pornography. Because they don't have any pleasure watching pornography. So they won't watch it. So then they'll say, and then the demons will do that too though. Demons will make them to talk about some things that is biblical. To make them feel that they are spiritual. But they're not. So they'll pick and choose, but they won't be well-rounded. They'll sit here and tell you about pornography, but they'll sit here and talk about Trump and Biden. They'll call them the Antichrist or something like that. Like you'll see, you understand? It won't be love. It won't be compassion. You know, they'll either preach about fire and brimstone, but they won't preach about, having love and compassion and reaching the lost and understanding what the Word of God says is going to happen. So that's what I'm trying to say. So demons don't have consistency. That's why you're happy today, but you're sad tomorrow. And one thing about the demons, you might be happy right now, but as soon as you get that phone call, or as soon as something happens that's out of your control, that joy you had, that peace you had is gone because it didn't come from God. God said that his peace will surpass all understanding and that will keep you, right? The Bible says he give you peace, not as the world gives you. So that means no matter what you go through, he said, let your hearts be troubled, right? He said in this world, you'll have trouble, but be of good cheer, have overcome the world. So he's telling you that I'm with you. My peace will be with you, in you, guiding you, surrounding you, protecting you. So you're not moved. But a person who is under the influence of Satan's power, there's no consistency. They'll feel joyful, they'll feel good for the moment. Because the demon's not attacking you in that way that he was attacking you. So of course you feel good. But you don't see how you can't hold your bladder. You don't see how when you go to the bathroom you have diarrhea all the time. You don't see how you've been through 30 different diets. You don't see how you always have allergies, or your nose is running, or you're sneezing, or you're coughing, or you have dizzy spells, or you have headaches. You don't see how you're always fatigued, drinking coffee, energy drinks all day long. You don't see that as torment because you can adjust. But when he pounds you with that torment and your head feel like, you can't even open your eyes and you're walking around and you're like, I can't, then you're going to say, oh, I'm being attacked. But you're being attacked in those different areas. You just don't look at it as being attacked because you don't care that you can't eat this certain meat without having an upset stomach because you just adjust. See? And the demons know that. So they only target that one area to get your attention. And they'll let off and make you start feeling that you're not being attacked. Because you don't know anything about having anxiety. You don't know anything about having pride or laziness. So the demons can make you feel sleepy. They can make you feel hungry. They can make you overeat. What's a gluttony spirit do? A gluttony spirit make you feel like you're never full. What about lust? You can be sitting at home, not doing nothing. And they make you have the feeling to get on your phone and just just shop on the internet. You don't have to even buy anything, but you just window shop until you got some money that come. They make you plan for that money to come. I mean, when that money does come, you'll be planning. That's lust. So you don't see that as torment. It disrupts your peace because now you don't have the money and you're looking at all these things that you want to buy. And they start figuring out, what can I do to get these things? Can I borrow some money? Should I ask my husband or my wife, or, take out a loan, or, I need to upgrade this, upgrade that. You don't have any peace, right? So you're thinking. That's how it works, brothers and sisters. It's all designed. So there's no consistency with demons. You feel happy today, you're sad tomorrow. You feel joyful today, you'll be down tomorrow. You feel that peace today, there'll be no peace tomorrow. You're happy for the moment, you get a phone call, something didn't work out in your favor, your peace is gone. You got to tell yourself, I'm not going to get angry though. You see? So that's the difference. Remember, Satan has power. Got power to do all type of things. Give you visions, give you dreams, speak to you. Do whatever. He has power. So you got to think about that, brothers and sisters. That's the difference between God's power. His power is consistent. God's power. Every day it's the same with me. I wake up joyful, go sleep joyful. Nothing you go through is going to steal your joy or rob you of your peace. That's God's power. That's a difference. You see? So you got to think about that. That's the difference. When you got his power in you, God is consistent. It's going to be the same joy, the same peace. Every day. No matter what happens. You don't, this happened again. I'm going through this, I'm going through that. You don't feel that way. You just know that it's for the glory of God. As a Christian, when you go through things, your mind immediately thinks, but Daniel was thrown to a lion's den. He was thrown in there. Joseph was thrown to a dry pit. Meshach and Abednego was thrown to a furnace. So we're human. We got to go through human things as Christians. But we don't go through how others go through. We're not affected the way others are affected. That's the difference. We go through things as Christians because we're humans. When I mean go through, like our car breaks down. Something might happen. But the way we handle it and the way we respond is different. That's the difference of being truly born again and someone trying to portray. A person can throw stones at us all day long, right? We just get out the way of them. But we're not retaliating. We're not saying why this happening. We know God's in control. I'm not going to pray. I feel like I got a booger in my nose. That's why I keep touching my nose. Make sure it don't come out or nothing like that while I'm on the phone. But I got 10%. Let me share this real quick. One thing about a Christian, we know this. We look at our body. We got eyebrows that serve a purpose. We got eyelashes. We got nose. We got nose hair. We got a tongue. We got taste buds. So we know that before God created us, he knew everything we needed. The stomach has a job. Your bottom has a job. When you pee, it has a job. Your kidneys, your liver. He knows everything. I'm not going to pray and say, God, why my car broke down? It's for his glory. Many times our car broke down. People I have met, I witnessed to, different things that took place and happened was for his glory. Bring people together for his glory. You never know what he wants to do, but he already knows everything. We got the clouds, we got the moon, we got the sun. He already thought it out. So you ain't got to tell God how it could be better. He knows that if your car would have broke down, if you knew about your car breaking down before it broke down, you wouldn't be where you at, broke down, right? So he knew that. They think about it. He told us to put rubber on cars so we could ride around. So everything that we needed, we have, especially for our body to function perfectly and properly. It's only imperfect when darkness is there and there's no grace. So you see, we don't got, God, my car broke down. I'm going through that. You ain't got to tell God that. He already knows that. It's how you deal with it in the midst of it. And his grace and protection over it in the midst of that. That's the type of God that we serve. So we're going to handle things differently. We're going to deal with things differently than people that's in the world. They're going to complain and murmur and get upset and get angry and say, oh, why me? I just paid for that, I just paid for that, I just paid for this. Why this happening? Why God letting this happen? We're human. We drive a car, it's going to break down like anybody else driving a car. I'm talking about Christians, right? If someone calls us a name, oh, let's look at these demons trying to attack us. Demons attack each other. People that's not even saved fight. People that's not saved go back and forth. People that's not saved, they fight each other. So it's no specific, oh, God's attacking, demons are attacking me because of that. No, that's the nature of Satan. Demons are created to fight each other. So if they're in you and they're in somebody else, they're going to fight. So real quick before I leave, the difference between God's power and Satan's power is this. Satan's power is a copycat. It's fake, right? What I mean is God's power brings you joy, brings you peace. It sustains you. When a person is truly healed by God, you don't have a sickness somewhere else a week or two later or a month or a year or two later. Cancer doesn't leave and then come back if God healed you. That was Satan. He can manipulate machinery, right? That's a difference. So when it comes from God, you're healed completely. When it comes from God, you're delivered. When it comes from God, you're set free completely. It ain't no something else surfacing. If it's Satan, he might take away your allergies, right? He might remove his power from your allergies, but then next thing you know, your stomach is upset. Or next thing you know, you got to change your diet. Or next thing you know, oh, I can't eat fried food, I got high blood pressure. Then you go take blood pressure medicine, you go take blood pressure pills, then your blood pressure goes away. If he put it there, he can take it away. Just think about that. If someone puts something on you, say someone threw a sheet over your head. It came from them, and they're holding it over your head. They got the power to take it off your head too. Now you can see. You're like, oh, I can see now. That's what Satan does to deceive you. He'll make you feel real sick one morning. You go to the hospital. Before you even get through the emergency room doors, you'll feel better. You know why? Because he wants you to have comfort and trust in medicine. So you won't never look to pray to God, to ask him to heal you or do anything for you. He'll make you get in that doctor's office. Doctor, what's your name, doctor? Dr. Poindexter. Oh, Dr. Poindexter, man, you are amazing. The brother didn't even, he just asked you questions. That's Satan that let go of his power. So now you're in there, you feel better. You feel at peace. You're like, man, this doctor knows what he's doing, man. Just talking to him, I feel better. So how'd you feel today? Oh, I had this, I had that. Oh, okay, so you had a headache. Yeah, I had a headache, doctor. Oh, you are amazing. How you know that? You just told him that. He don't know nothing until you tell him. You see? It's just all to deceive you. But listen, I got to go, brothers and sisters. The difference. God's consistency, nothing will rob you of that joy, that peace. I don't care what they do. Look at what Peter, Paul, and look at Jesus. When they went through persecution, they went through things. Did they ever complain? Did they ever get angry? Did they ever get mad? No. Even when Stephen got stoned, look at when Stephen got stoned in Acts. Stephen got stoned. What did he say? Receive my spirit. Forgive them. He never got angry. When Jesus Christ got slapped and got hit and got beat, he never got angry. Because he knew that it was Satan was behind it. Satan, he's not going to be remorseful. Satan doesn't care. Satan don't care that he's hurting you. He don't care that someone's calling you names. He sent them to call you names. So real Christians know we're not going to fight back. Satan, man, we can't fight back against Satan with saying, you shouldn't be doing it to me. He don't care. He's doing it because that's what he's trying to do. To get under your skin. To make you be mad. To make you be angry. That's why he's doing it. So true Christians, we're built stronger and tougher. We already know. Remember what the Bible say? I wrestle not against what? Flesh and blood. So we don't go back and forth. It's not in our nature. We know Satan don't have no remorse. He don't care. Satan, you mess with me again. He already knows that. That's what he's doing it for. So we don't argue with nobody. If I'm making this video right now and somebody ride by and call me a name, I'm not going to say, what I'm going to say to them? They know I'm a stranger and they're a stranger. They don't know me. That's Satan moving through them. We don't argue with them. Act like I never heard them. They can't touch me though. Nothing will happen. They're allowed to just speak so I can exercise my faith. See? 'Cause I got to live in faith too. So I mean, I got to go through things like everyone else. I'm not going through attacks though. I'm not attacked by no demons. I tell you that. But through people that might say things or persecute me, I got to go through that. Just like anybody else, right? Because I got to live and walk by faith as well. So that's the difference, brothers and sisters. Demons don't have consistency. They'll make you feel good today, but you'll be sad tomorrow. That's a demon. You need to be delivered. You'll feel good today, health-wise. You're sick tomorrow. You'll eat something today and say, oh, I gave me food poisoning. That's the spirit. The Bible says we can drink anything deadly. It won't harm us. Right? So I'm just giving you wisdom. This is the reality. So with God, no matter what happens, it gives you an unshakable confidence. You're content. You're at peace. Jesus was sleeping in the midst of a storm. Nobody pays attention to that. I only got 10%, so I'm talking fast. Jesus Christ was sleeping in the midst of a storm. He was asleep on the boat. Everybody else that was supposed to be believers was worried. See the difference? See the difference between religious people and those who are spiritual? The spiritual one was sleeping in the midst of a storm. Peaceful. Others were religious and was worried about the boat sinking. How could the boat sink when he already promised you that he had to go to Jerusalem, had to go through what he had to go through? So if this boat would have sunk, that means that he would have been a liar. Where's your faith? Because God can't lie. Love you all. God bless. Peace be unto you all.